Hello, Los Angeles Lakers fans. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. In what could be one of the most shocking twists in recent NBA history, murmurs are growing louder that LeBron James has personally announced Giannis Antetokounmpo as the newest member of the Los Angeles Lakers. Let that sink in for a moment. The King, LeBron himself, has reportedly taken to his social media, or perhaps in a private team meeting, sources conflict, to make this earth-shattering revelation. If true, this wouldn't just be a signing. It would be the rebirth of a super team dynasty in Hollywood. Think about it, Giannis, a two-time MVP, defensive monster, and arguably the most dominant force in the paint since Shaq, now pairing up with the most intelligent and influential player of our generation. The implications are immense. Not only would this shift the entire power dynamic in the Western Conference, but it could possibly reshape the narrative of LeBron's final years in the league. People are buzzing, insiders are hinting, and fans are spiraling into a frenzy of possibilities. This is no longer a pipe dream whispered among Lakers fans late at night. This is now being mentioned in the same breath as Durant to Golden State and LeBron to Miami. And the league might never be the same again. Now, let's rewind for a second. Where did this all start? Rumors of Giannis being unhappy in Milwaukee have been circulating for the past 2 seasons, especially following playoff exits that felt more like collapses than hard-fought defeats. While the Bucks tried to retool around him, adding Dame Lillard and switching coaches, those moves didn't provide the championship guarantee that Giannis seems to crave. On multiple occasions, he's hinted that loyalty has its limits and that he wants to be where winning is the top priority. Enter LeBron James, the master recruiter. Whether it was getting Anthony Davis to force his way out of New Orleans, or engineering star-studded all-star teams every February, LeBron knows how to bring talent to his side. So if the whispers are true, and LeBron personally contacted Giannis, maybe even flew to Greece this summer to talk face-to-face, then this isn't just a fantasy anymore. It's a strategic move. It's chess, not checkers. And if you've followed LeBron's career, you know he doesn't make public declarations like this unless the ink is either drying or already dry. But let's talk fit. How would Giannis and LeBron coexist on the court? That's the million-dollar question, right? On paper, you'd think both are ball-dominant forwards who thrive in transition and around the rim. But we've seen LeBron evolve his game with age. He's no longer the guy who needs to bulldoze his way to 30 points per night. Instead, he's turned into this floor general, a cerebral wizard who sees plays to steps ahead. Giannis, on the other hand, is still in his prime, a battering ram with ballet feet who can score, rebound, and defend at elite levels. If you let LeBron orchestrate from the top while Giannis attacks from the wings and baseline, you're looking at the most devastating one-to-punch in recent memory. Add Anthony Davis to that trio and yes, early reports say Davis is staying put, and you're potentially witnessing the birth of a modern-day Big Three, not just talented, but physically overwhelming. This team wouldn't just beat you, they'd wear you down, stretch your defense, and break your spirit by the third quarter. And the scary part, they haven't even played a single minute together yet. Sources close to the Lakers organization have neither confirmed nor denied the rumors, but the silence is telling. No quick denials, no damage control PR statements, just quiet, intense focus. In the NBA, silence often screams. When something is false, teams move fast to squash the talk. But when something has legs, they let it simmer. What adds fuel to the fire is the timing. LeBron just opted into the final year of his contract, suggesting he knows something big is coming. Giannis recently posted a cryptic tweet, just a lion emoji and a crown. Coincidence? Maybe. But NBA fans live for this kind of symbolism. The internet exploded. Some say it's just marketing. Others believe it's a soft announcement. Think about how Durant to the Warriors or Kawhi to the Clippers started quiet, then suddenly real. If LeBron did in fact announce Giannis to the locker room first, it makes sense. The King would tell his soldiers before addressing the public. This move, if official, isn't just about winning, it's about legacy. About LeBron leaving the franchise in the hands of someone he respects, and that someone might just be the Greek Freak. Meanwhile, reactions from around the league are mixed, some shocked, some skeptical, others in full-blown panic. Rival GMs are reportedly scrambling, trying to verify if this is smoke or fire. Vegas odds for the Lakers' 2026 championship have already shifted, which tells you something. Bookmakers don't move lines without cause. NBA insiders, those plugged in, Voices who never tweet unless they're 80% sure have started dropping breadcrumbs. Major power shift coming, one posted. Lakers loading up, said another. It's all very vague. Very mysterious, but that's how these things usually start. What we're seeing feels less like a rumor and more like a coordinated narrative rollout. Think PR chessboard, where each leak is another piece moved into position. And remember, this is LeBron we're talking about. He's as much a media strategist as he is an athlete. So if he made the announcement, publicly or in-house, it's part of a broader plan. He's painting his masterpiece, one that might feature himself, GIANNIS, and AD as the core, with role players orbiting like moons around a basketball solar system. From a legacy standpoint, this move could be monumental for GIANNIS. He's always talked about loyalty and building in Milwaukee, but the truth is, one ring isn't enough for a guy of his caliber. If he joins the Lakers and wins even one title in purple and gold, his entire narrative changes. He goes from the guy who got one and stayed too long to the guy who made the bold move and conquered both conferences. Sound familiar? That's what LeBron did. Twice. Left Cleveland, went to Miami, came back, went to LA, won in every uniform. If GIANNIS wants to be on that Mount Rushmore, he needs more than stats. He needs iconic moments, postseason dominance, and yes, rings and different zip codes. And what better way to chase that than under LeBron's wing? In the brightest spotlight in basketball, the Lakers brand is unmatched. GIANNIS in LA isn't just good for the team, it's good for the league, for international fans, for TV ratings, for the drama that keeps the NBA king in the off-season news cycle. This might just be the story of the decade, and while Lakers fans are ecstatic, you can imagine what this means for the rest of the West. The Nuggets, Warriors, Suns, and Clippers now have to rethink everything. It's no longer enough to stay competitive. They need to pivot, rebuild, or go all in fast. Because a team with LeBron, GIANNIS, and AD doesn't just beat you, they alter your entire team-building philosophy. You can't match that physicality or experience with just depth or shooting. You need stars, big ones. And the arms race is officially back on. The Western Conference was already brutal, but this tips the scale completely. Coaches will have to game plan for size, speed, transition, and brute force all in one package. And don't forget the intangibles: basketball IQ, playoff experience, and defensive versatility. On paper, this trio covers every conceivable angle. In reality, chemistry and health will matter. Sure, but if they gel even 80%, it's a wrap. GIANNIS might be the engine, AD the wall, and LeBron the brain. Put that together and you have a juggernaut, maybe the last one of this generation before the league shifts again. And then there's the business side of this story. The Lakers are more than just a team, they're an empire. With GIANNIS on board, the brand value skyrockets. Global merchandise sales would explode, especially in Europe and Africa, where GIANNIS has roots. The NBA knows this, and trust me, they want this move as badly as fans do. TV deals, Christmas Day games, international exhibitions all become more lucrative with GIANNIS in purple and gold. And don't think for a second that LeBron isn't aware of that. He's setting up the future not just of the Lakers, but of the league. He wants to pass the torch, yes, but he also wants to build something lasting. A legacy that extends beyond banners. GIANNIS represents that next chapter, a humble superstar with a killer instinct, now stepping into the biggest stage imaginable. The timing, impeccable. The Lakers' new arena is on the horizon. Bronny James just got drafted. The spotlight has never been brighter, and now GIANNIS might be walking straight into it. Not as a guest, but as the next phase of the franchise. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. On the flip side, some skeptics point out potential challenges that could arise from such a blockbuster partnership. The first concern is the inevitable question of ball dominance and play-style clashes. Both LeBron and GIANNIS have traditionally thrived when they are the focal point of the offense. Adjusting to shared responsibilities could prove difficult, especially in high-pressure playoff scenarios. Injuries are another significant worry. Both players have faced their share of health issues in recent seasons, and sustaining their peak performance simultaneously is no small task. Chemistry isn't guaranteed either. Sometimes superstar pairings take years to gel, and expectations are sky-high from day one. Additionally, the Lakers' supporting cast depth and the ability to attract complementary role players will be crucial. If the roster around them is weak, even the best duos struggle to win championships. These reservations temper some of the hype, reminding fans that nothing is guaranteed, no matter how talented the stars. Still, if history teaches us anything, it's that LeBron excels at navigating these obstacles. And with GIANNIS, the upside might just outweigh the risks. Speculation about the financial and contractual aspects of the rumored GIANNIS move has also become a hot topic. The Lakers would need to clear significant salary cap space, or orchestrate complex trades to accommodate GIANNIS's massive contract, which reportedly runs into the hundreds of millions. Negotiations would likely involve the Bucks, possibly requiring multiple players and draft picks to make the deal feasible. This could trigger a ripple effect across the league, with other teams making counter-moves to protect their own assets. GIANNIS's agent, a well-known power broker in NBA circles, would have to navigate a maze of interest to make the transfer possible. The salary cap, luxury tax implications, and collective bargaining agreements all add layers of complexity. Yet, the Lakers front office has demonstrated a willingness to make bold financial moves to win, and LeBron's influence could sway the organization toward doing whatever it takes. While the logistics remain murky, the financial puzzle pieces are beginning to take shape, making the rumored acquisition seem less like fantasy and more like a carefully planned blockbuster trade. On the horizon, beyond the hardwood and financial spreadsheets, the cultural impact of GIANNIS potentially joining the Lakers alongside LeBron is vast. The Lakers are not just a basketball team, they are a global brand intertwined with entertainment, fashion, and lifestyle. GIANNIS, with his humble background and relatable personality, could elevate the franchise's image internationally, especially in Europe and Africa, where basketball is rapidly growing. The combination of LeBron's global influence and GIANNIS's rising star power would be a marketing dream, attracting endorsements, sponsorships, and new fans worldwide. Hollywood celebrities, social media stars, and influencers would likely flock to Lakers games, turning the arena into a hot spot for more than just sports. This would boost local economies, increase media coverage, and raise the NBA's profile globally. The rumor, therefore, is not just about basketball success, it's about creating a cultural phenomenon for fans who follow the NBA as a lifestyle brand. This move could signify the dawn of a new golden age, where basketball, entertainment, and global culture collide in dazzling fashion. Finally, as the rumor reaches a fever pitch, the basketball world waits anxiously for confirmation or denial. The power of this narrative lies in its uncertainty and the tantalizing possibility of greatness. Will GIANNIS become a Laker and join forces with LeBron James, rewriting NBA history? Or will this remain a tantalizing what-if whispered in locker rooms and social media threads? Either way, the buzz has already changed the conversation, energized fans, and created one of the most exciting off-seasons in recent memory as rumors swirl. One thing is clear, the NBA landscape stands on the brink of transformation. Whether it's a done deal or a near miss, the idea of GIANNIS in purple and gold alongside LeBron has captured the imagination of millions, promising drama, excitement, and unforgettable basketball moments to come. So, stay tuned, because if history has taught us anything, it's that in the NBA, nothing is ever truly final until the confetti falls. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.